Hello, I'm Dr. Srabani Basu. Someone once told me, everyone wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. And that line stayed with me. It felt simple, but it pointed to something deeply human. We long for the eternal, but we fear the very path that might carry us there. That tension, that fear, is what led me to write Reframing Death. I have noticed how often we treat death as a failure, as a mistake in life's design. But what if it is not? What if death is part of the rhythm, like an exhale that completes an inhale? Nature shows us this all the time. The leaf that falls feeds the soil. The sunset makes space for stars. And in this article, I invite everyone to meet death not with fear, but with curiosity. Not the kind that solves, but the kind that softens, that allows us to wonder, what if this too is sacred? Curiosity doesn't demand certainty. It just asks us to stay open. And in that openness, something beautiful happens. We stop waiting for the perfect moment. We speak the words we were saving. We cherish the breath we are in. So here's a small invitation. Once a week, ask yourself, what would I do differently if I were not afraid to die? Let that answer guide you, even if it is in a small way. Because when we stop running from death, we begin to arrive more fully into life. Death approached with curiosity becomes not an interruption, but an invitation. And if Milton Erickson was speaking to us right now, he might not define death directly. He'd tell us a story, maybe about a farmer in autumn, watching the final harvest, not with sorrow, but with satisfaction. And he might say, sometimes when the leaves fall, the tree isn't dying, it's just preparing for something else. And you can forget to notice that unless you have watched long enough. Erickson taught us that every state, even grief or fear, has a resource in it. So if death feels like an ending, perhaps it is also a trance that invites us inward to discover wisdom we would otherwise never meet. That's what reframing does, isn't it? It doesn't deny the pain. It simply lets us hold it in a different light. Because when we stop resisting death, we begin to really live. Thank you for watching. And more importantly, thank you for wondering.